Alright, hello and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Mania Highlights. Today we're taking a look at Stardust Speedway. So I heard this was on the great Sonic CD. Now honestly, I played Sonic CD and the whole future past thing, I don't know, just kinda got to me. Oh, it's got these guys again. These were in the Angel Hill Zone, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, or something. I'm not 100% on that, actually. Oh yeah, you gotta spin this up. Was this in the original Sonic Speedway? Because if I recall, they're not the worst gimmick. They kind of slow things down, but like the solution is... What is this? Is this like amazing as Sonic? But anyway, I played a little bit of Sonic CD, and it was alright. But it was the whole like future past thing that frankly was never explained to me in any meaningful capacity, and then it just kind of tosses me into it. And then it's like you beat the level and it's like, yeah, Sonic rescued the bad future. And it's like, but I want the good future. But it doesn't like tell you what's happening. Am I going forwards or backwards? That's kind of the problem with that like weird vine maze. Here's something that'll never let me down though. Blue sphere levels. So I've come to the ultimate conclusion that if you see those little groups of 2x2s, just collect one on the corner, so like you at least know that you've been there before, but don't collect them all. Save them for reserves for when you have to clear like a final batch. But I do recommend collecting at least just one in the corner, because honestly these worlds are so big and it's just such an asset to know if you've actually collected them ahead of time or not. Okay, collected all the rings. Looks like we're safe. Just gotta collect the rest of the blues that I saved. See? I'm telling you. These are the strats that'll help you through this game. Oh geez. I almost celebrated by crashing into some reds. Altogether, this was a very manageable blue sphere zone, actually. Like, yeah, this wasn't like sprawling. I mean, the puzzle wasn't actually that hard, although maybe none of them were that hard, actually. Well, back to Stardust Speedway. Ooh, okay. So we got some Donkey Kong level barrel nonsense, but it's in a Sonic game, so one hit is all it takes. Well, I say that, but honestly, this is a whole lot more forgiving than Donkey Kong Country, because Donkey Kong Country, it's like, you've got the two monkeys, one of them gets hit, then that's it. You're down to one monkey, and if the other one gets hit, you die. That's it. Game over. But Sonic, it's like, no, you can sort of collect your rings, and it's hard to be down and out. Well, unless you keep doing stuff like that. It's got kind of a nice orchestral soundtrack going on. It's kind of subtle, and I mean that kind of works for background stuff. Now, I've heard rumors that Sonic CD has the best soundtrack. Now, I'm not going to comment as to whether Japanese or American is the best one, but it's kind of weird to have something on such a vaunted soundtrack be so subtle. I don't disenjoy it, though. Oh yeah. Super scaling madness. Oh wow. And they even kind of like scale them a little bit, like the Genesis games too. Like, we got some Mode 7 in here, although that's the wrong console. Never mind, we got some blast processing in here. Yeah, those fireflies, like, why put them in? They're just there to mess with you. I mean, I know exactly why they're in here. It's a Sonic game. We can't let you run unimpeded through a level. That's nonsense. I do kind of wish they would just go away, though. Alright, let's collect some blue spheres. Oh, 37! That is an absurdly low number of blue spheres. And now I can see why. Okay, 27 blue spheres, 37 gold rings. And it's like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that something's a little hinky. Let's just assume that I got them all. Bad assumption, but we gotta live sometimes. We gotta live. Okay, we got 8 more to collect and 18 coins. I don't like those numbers, but at least a silver. Silver's not so bad. Okay, I've made some bad choices. Partially out of reflex, partially out of fear. Oh, that's okay. Now, how much you want to bet if I had taken that last jump, I could have collected all the coins? We'll never know. Except for future me when he tries to 100% all these boost spear zones. So, I haven't fought this boss before. And, I didn't fight the boss of Garden Hill Zone before either, but, I hadn't played far enough to know that I was doing highlights then. I was just doing highlights naturally. I see. So there's a reason why the, stupid Firefly never went away, because he was the boss. It was foreshadowing. Ooh, that is actually some Metal Slug level beams right there. This is actually kind of a cool boss. Like, it's kind of tense, it's kind of dark, it's almost moody, but like, it's intuitive how to hurt him. And then you've got this main attack, and you don't get any extra rings, so I guess, yeah, it's kind of a old-fashioned Sonic slug out. It's not like those race levels where you just have to fight boredom as you fight through. That being said, that was like the least gimmicky boss I've seen so far. So, alright. Let's see how the second zone changes things wildly. Future, of course. And I didn't even have to earn it this time. Yeah, now this is more like it. This is a rockin' soundtrack. I am kind of annoyed though that, yeah, like everybody says Sonic CD has the best soundtracks. But when they talk about that, they mean like some various combination of future and past. And it's like, I never made it to the future or the past. I was stuck in the present. Oh, they're bumper bugs now. Well, okay, until the end curl. Now that's kind of fun, actually, the bumper enemies. I mean, yeah, they kind of mess you up, but it adds like a nice bit of enemy variety, because you don't want enemies you can just kill with your eyes closed. I like those little bumper guys. They kind of mess with you. Sonic's on this like very clearly explosive rocket, and it's like, Sonic's like, I know this is a bad idea holding on to this, but I don't know what my choices are. I think the trick is you've got to anticipate what direction you're going to be pressing, and you got to put your finger on that direction. But the catch is, just like DDR, if you get off rhythm, then you're in for a bad time, and you're probably going to mess up and lose it all. Oh, what am I doing? If I collect all those, then I'll be locked out of the gold. Yeah, it's not just me. They really have cut down on the coins. That's kind of interesting, and they made the worlds like a lot smaller too. Oh! Okay, that I'm blaming on Bluetooth lag. You're too slow. Oh yeah, that was a fun gimmick from the Mushroom Zones. Sonic and Knuckles. That one I know is from Sonic and Knuckles because it's the first stage, where you just kind of running along, having fun, and then some mushroom kind of grabs onto you with a chain or something. Ooh, you know, I've never fought Metal Sonic, except in Advance, but I think that technically wasn't him. Well, that was the easiest boss fight I've ever... Nope, just kidding. Was that Metal Sonic in Sonic Advance? Also, we've got some super scrolling action going on. Oh, it's a race level! So I played these in Sonic Generations, and honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. But if this was in the original Sonic CD, that's actually pretty cool to have these like race levels. So if you're not quite aware of what's going on, The conceit is supposedly that we're running around this stage and we're having some sort of race. I don't think it's actually really a race, but this feels a lot less hokey than the races all around. Oh. Never mind. Hey, that's for both. Oh, sweet. Okay, now the what? Is that supposed to be a riff on Silver? He's a Sonic character from everybody's favorite game, Sonic 06. 06 was a dark age in Sonic games. Well, you keep making them, I'll keep breaking them. Okay, never mind. This is a classic Sonic boss. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm basically just treading water. And I know if I read a fact on Game Facts or something... Oh, you have to bounce his little buddy into the big buddy. Oh, come on. I'm not actually sure if you're supposed to do this because this is like ridiculously so, but... Oh, I see. You can use the little buddy to give you a boost to fight the big buddy. And not a moment too soon. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, ain't gonna happen. Nope, he's no volleyball. Oh, I see. He mimics your movements. So if you want to bait him into doing it, no? He just does whatever he feels like. You know, that moment when you just want to get on with the boss fight. Well, okay. Dun 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 dun. I realized that even though I'm using a Super Nintendo controller for this, I'm still jumping with B button, as though this were an actual Genesis controller. Alright, I'm willing to accede that if you've played through those maze parts enough times and you just memorize what's the right way to go, and this level does go by a whole lot faster than I was complaining about earlier. And that, yes, there are actually some fast parts. Well, I think that's kind of the real deal about how Sonic works, is like the first level, it's like, okay, anybody can go fast, but in the other levels, if you want to go fast, you kind of have to earn it, with the exception of like Sonic 2 and the Volcano Hill Zone, and that, oh, Sonic 2 and that mechanical zone. That was something where you cannot go fast, you just have to take it slow or else you're just gonna die. That was disappointing. But there were a lot of Sonic levels where if you know what you're doing, then you can actually go pretty fast in them. And I will say the bosses do actually get a fair bit easier if you know what to expect. Like this boss, it didn't even take a problem. So, yeah. I mean, I may make it seem like sometimes I don't enjoy Sonic, and sometimes I don't, but there are a lot of good things to it. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Sonic is a great game, and it's remembered for a reason. It'll be a real shame if an enemy had killed me now. Okay, I was at 0 rings briefly, and that's not a good place to be rushing across the landscape. Oh, weird. So if you hang on that rocket for a long time, it doesn't actually kill you. It just kind of explodes in a pleasing pyrotechnic display. And considering it has Eggman's logo on it, that's surprisingly friendly of the guy. He's like, this is my latest trap to trap that darn hedgehog. What it'll do is it'll explode in funny lights and maybe blind him, I guess? Doesn't matter. It doesn't turn into a robot if you kill it. At least, I hope it doesn't turn into, or it doesn't turn into an animal when you kill it. I hope so, because it exploded. So if it does, then I didn't save that poor animal. And on this fateful day, we met again. Oh my gosh, he moves too fast. You can't react and predict him. There's gotta be some sort of tell. Okay, I think the tell is if he jumps up before he goes on his skateboard, then he'll go up top. Well, now we won't know. Oh yeah, that's more than enough for him to survive. It's not quite more than enough time, but the rings I can manage. Come on, you're my meal ticket. Yes, yes, no. Why does it take so many hits to kill this guy? Oh, who's the best Sonic player in existence? Probably the guy who owes the IR speed record for this game. You mean it continues? You mean if I die right here, then we have to do that whole nonsense all over again? At least give me a checkpoint or something. You are, like, severely worrying me now, game. You know, I'm beginning to think that, this guy is the final boss of the game, and everything afterwards is, post-game content. Oh, that was a dirty trick. Made me go so fast that I run into him. Well, that's a great start to any sort of boss battle. Spikes, and also a 3D Robotnik in the background. This is not ominous at all. Oh, jeez. Talk about a race. Oh, come on! That's kind of cheap. Oh, okay, finally, I can actually damage him directly. Oh my gosh, I was beginning to think he was actually invincible. Oh, those are not coins for me to collect. Oh, cool, spikes aren't an instant kill. Not that they ever really were, now that I think about. Oh, please tell me there's a checkpoint. Oh boy. Well, we gotta practice our volleyball skills yet again. I see. So if you let him get enough speed and you don't hit him at the apex of his jump, then no matter how sloppy you are, you can make something happen. Okay, I think I'm down to the last hit, so just anything, any lucky hit. Come on. Yes! Now we can get to the boss phase that I'm only sort of bad at. But now that I know that he's vulnerable in this part of the stage, this changes everything. Yeah, approach me slowly all you want. I know your weakness. I know you're bluffing. Oh, I should save some rings for later. Hey, you can't do that. That's cheating. And I'm always afraid that I'm gonna fall through that darker place, as though it were some sort of pit. But thankfully that's safe. Oh, come on. It's not even him at this point, it's just me, but I do not want to repeat Sonic Speedway for the third time. I mean, it's a cool stage, but it was a cool stage the first time. Sort of. It's a less cool stage the fifth time. Oh my gosh. That's like, what, 6 hits? How many more could it be? Every time. He just looks so vulnerable when he's flashing with electrical might. Oh, come on. The reason that's so tricky is because you can't really control your speed, because as soon as you slow down the least bit, then Sonic stops completely. Oh boy. Okay. I would not be surprised if there was a secret bonus fight against the Eggman statue, but thankfully that's that. And what a that was. I thought I would just breeze through Sonic Mania. I thought it'd be like a fun tour de force of my childhood, but nope. They threw in one heck of a foul, my gosh. Well, you don't get to see what I'm seeing until next time, but what a thing I'm seeing. Alright, this is another fun zone from my childhood, but until then, this cat's got a scat.